Yeah. All right. You are welcome once more to Angry Billionaire School, Billionaire Business School. It's a place, as we always say, where you get premium information, premium knowledge on how to be the best and enjoy your life using the natural laws of life. So, as usual, today we have His Highness with us, and he's a Kennedy. Welcome. Palima, welcome. And he's a Kaka. He will soon join us. Okay, so today we are going to be brief. We want to look at something, a sequel to what we discussed last week. And today we want to look at the importance of what makes persistent thought, how it helps to change fear so that we become victorious. Give me a minute. Let me just seconds. Let me get it appropriately. Okay. I think I've sent it. Let me just 1 second. I'll get it now. Okay. Is it Kaka? Okay, I've seen it. Okay, how persistent informed thought turns fears and defeats to faith and victories. How persistent informed thought turns fears and defeats to faith and victories. Last time we talked about, okay, on Wednesday we were having a virtual meeting where we talked about being persistent in our thoughts. Okay, so we now thought that, okay, this week, this Sunday, let's continue our discussion, but let us connect it to what we discussed last week. Persistency. We have discovered that it's very, very important in anything one does in life. One has to be persistent to achieve success. So I'm starting with His Highness. Your Highness, we know that fear is as a result of thoughts, and there may be other factors, like maybe today, like you've talked about, self-concept and environment. Now, if one wants to change his thoughts, if somebody is afraid that something is going to happen, how does thought help to make us to start having faith and no more fear, and make us to move from being doubtful to having faith and eventually be successful? So why do we need to be persistent in our thought concerning a matter so that fear will be eradicated and victory will be achieved?
Well, I think the question, I don't know how to look at it, whether it's not complex. But
Okay.
first, you know that fear is thoughts,
Yes.
So maybe we distinguish from the thoughts that are fear, that is a result of fear or something. But you should know that first, you are different. You, the person you are, is not the fear.
Yes.
You are different. You have fear, meaning when you have this thing that this person has fear, means that the person is not a fear. You are different, actually different from whatever that you possess.
Yeah.
So when you know that fear is a result of not having full knowledge about the situation.
Yeah.
And then you know the importance of fear, what fear does. Most of the time, like the Bible says, Job was saying that what he was afraid of, all the things that
happened to him. Yeah.
That the thing has a neurological explanation, because what you are fearful about is usually what you pay attention to.
Yeah.
And what you pay attention to, you achieve most of the time. So it has, even though it's negative, the result of fear is negative.
Yeah.
But it possesses your mind and makes you to achieve that thing you are afraid of. That is one thing you need to know. Know that it is not good to exercise fear to be in fear. And then know that you are not the fear, and that the fear is always in the future. Fear is always in the future because you don't fear the things or anything that is in the present, because the present you see the whole picture.
You have seen it, yes.
And so fear most of the time is an illusion.
Okay.
And most times, all the things you fear about, when the time comes, they will lose their power. So these are things you need to know. So you need to make effort to make sure that fear doesn't, as a thought or an emotion, does not possess you, because you're different from your thoughts. Your thoughts, you and your thoughts are not the same. You're a being, a spiritual being.
You can have your thoughts.
Yes,
you
you
can
generate
decide to
those
discard
thoughts.
that thought and take up another thought.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means, viewers, you are not your thoughts. Actually, you can take up a thought, you can discard a thought. Even if a thought comes to your mind that you did not consciously think, you can decide to put a stop to it and think another thought. So, Your Highness, if I get you clearly, you are saying that no matter that fear is as a result of thought that we have, that in order to have to change fear to faith, or okay, one has to change one's thought about that thing, because fear is as a result of your thought of what will happen in the future. Okay, good. So one has to change his thought. No matter what, you just change your thought. Change that. Okay, what's the worst that can happen? Fine, it has happened to somebody, but whatever the case, change your thoughts. Like if you're afraid that you are going to lose an investment, fear sets in. Change the thought that something good will definitely come out from whatever investment you have put in place. Okay. Nzekaka, I'm sure several times you have shared testimony of how you were able to achieve one or two things. But today, like we are looking at the persistency in having a particular thought. Has at any time, have you experienced something like you experiencing something because you thought about it, and maybe the something did not turn out, it was unfavorable, but you knew that it was because you thought about it? Has it occurred to you before?
Thought. Your thought is as a result of what you have in mind.
Okay.
If you have a positive thing in mind, it manifests positively. That is my own aspect.
Yeah.
If you are in your mind, you are negative in your thinking, it will affect the outcome,
yes.
whatever you are pursuing. So everything borders on what you have in mind, positive things you have in mind. If you want to achieve something, you have to be positive on that thing you are pursuing at all times.
And be saying it also.
Yes, you have to, as you are making affirmation.
Yes.
It's positive. There is no how you can make wrongful affirmation. You can say, I want to die. I want to go contrary to something that is not positive.
Yeah.
But when you are affirmative,
Yeah.
when you are positive in whatever you are pursuing,
Yeah.
even your thought in your affirmation, finally and positive will come to pass.
It's a principle, right? Yeah. It's a principle. Mr. Kennedy, you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a principle. So, Mr. Kennedy, what like, how do you manage fearful thoughts so that, I'm sure you've had fearful thought before.
Yeah.
How did you manage to get out of it and later you change? Somebody may be having thought that maybe because of what doctors or something like that, he may die, or he has 6 weeks to live. But later you still find the person 2 years going, the person is still alive. Yeah. Because the person decide to have a particular thought that I know it's not yet time for me to go. I still have more life to enjoy in this earth. Okay. So Kennedy, was there any time you had a thought, and how did you manage a fearful thought, and now here you are?
Well, I would say the most recent.
Yeah.
Like when I was having a severe challenge on my legs.
Okay.
I was afraid. To the point I had to tell the Highness, please, what do I do? What drugs do I take In fact, fear did set in that time.
Okay.
So the highness told me, are you not doing your affirmation? Do you think it's not working? Go ahead. And as you are doing it, do this, do that. Try to walk.
Yeah.
Make sure you take out time, do exercise. In fact, after that, I embarked on it.
Okay.
That thought of anything happening to me disappeared.
Wow.
It changed. And today, I can walk a certain distance without being trouble. So those severe pain I used to have, because of the affirmation, I am healed, I am healed, I am healed, I am healed. The thing is coming to an end. So changing your thought can always be positive and help you in whatever you are doing. And persistently changing it to good from negative.
And because sometimes may not help you, the thought can just come into your mind like that. You consciously say, okay, let me follow what His Highness have been teaching, what you have been saying here. But as a human being, negative thought can come. Like he said, it's a battle. It's a battle we're always fighting, right? Wow, it's a battle. Parliament, what battle have you had with your thoughts and how you overcame negative thoughts? Now you have for you to change it to positive thought. Have you had, I'm sure you've had a battle before. As a human being, you have, of course.
Yeah, sometime last week, I did say about the fears I had.
Yeah, okay.
And those fears about myself after the demise of my dad.
Okay.
These were thoughts that were going in my mind at that time.
Yeah, and they were real.
Yeah, how do I come out of this situation I find myself?
Okay.
Who is going to be responsible for my upkeep and my
education,
academic challenges?
Yeah.
So when you say about fears, fears is, for me, everyone has his own understanding about fears. For myself, is kind of somebody having negative impression about certain situations.
Okay, yeah.
That are yet to unfold.
Yes.
The things that have not unfolded yet.
And it's not the other type or the other definition of fear where they say
something
fear
that is in the future.
Yes.
So I really have fears about certain things. At the moment we find ourselves, like we were taught here, we should always be positive minded.
Sure.
But somehow along the line, we always find ourselves thinking about, will this thing work out? These are thoughts that comes in.
And it's because of, I believe it's
negative.
And I believe it's because of the way our upbringing, how we have been living life until now that you come to this knowledge that come. Everything is consciousness.
Yes.
You can change the way
you think. To what we are taught today is self-concept.
It's everything.
What you believe about yourself. How far, whatever you believe about yourself is how far you are going to go in life. So if you believe that you are God, Onyeze taught us, we are created by God, and you say you are God yourself, and you achieve much. You are here to achieve much. Definitely the spirits and whatever it takes will catapult you to get to wherever you want to be.
It's true.
So this issue of negative thoughts is something that any clear-minded person who wants to achieve much in life has to discard it in order to move forward and to achieve as much you wish in life.
I think there's something you said, if we believe that we are God. I think the truth is that we are God, really.
Yeah.
It's not about if you believe it, just be. I think the truth is that we are God. And the earlier we embrace that idea, the earlier we key into it, the better, the faster we'll be able to achieve a lot of things. So,
yes, excuse me, we're supposed to key into it because even the Bible said, God made man in his own image and likeness.
Likeness. Good.
Having made man in his own image and likeness. And we are gods. So
which means nothing, there's nothing that, like some people, some adage you say, there is nothing in life that whatever that has dropped before that has never happened before. I don't know whether it's a Yoruba adage, I can't remember it, but there's nothing that happened in this earth now that has never happened before, that someone has not experienced before. So what we should engage in is knowing that all things are possible to him that believe. And because you're a God, no matter the situation you find yourself, believe that you are coming out of it, and believe that when you change your thought about it and you speak about it, okay, like always say, there was a time you are advising, I think it's a kind of somebody, that you should be taking an exercise, once in a while. What can you say briefly about exercise and the change of thought? Physical exercise, yes.
Like what we're saying, we're talking about fear, and then we said fear is a form of thought. So that if we need to know that, I want us to know that fear is as a result of our thinking.
Yeah.
It's an emotional disposition produced by our thinking. We should know it. So we have fear, we cannot change it by changing our thinking about the situation. Right? Exercise. Like you're talking about exercise and
changing of thought from negative to, sometimes when you take a walk or do something different, it has a way of changing.
Yeah. When you our body and our mind are all connected.
Yes.
They are all one. So you can change the body by changing the mind, changing your thinking. You can change your thinking by changing your body.
Yeah.
By engaging in activities, engaging your body. You may be tensed up, you may have a problem, and then you're sitting one place, the problem is over. When you take a walk, move around and do one or two things.
Give yourself kind of distraction so that your thought, you'll be able to change your thought.
You change your thought. Your body, the movement in your body now, give rise to you changing your thinking.
Yeah.
So thinking and exercise, they are connected too.
Well, because of time, and that's about all we will talk about it today. Please remember, no matter the thought you are having that is negative, change it. And if the thing is so much, take a walk or do something else, or meet people, talk with somebody, people you have confidence, comfortable. Well, like mine, or people that you can share your minds with, not just anybody, so that you don't go and carry more problem. Yeah. So when you persist in having a positive thought, like the thought of I'm going to get married, the right man is going to come, or I'm going to succeed in this business, or my children will become great people, they will be successful, that things, any negative thought, and you'll be prompted on what to do. Like if you are living in a place and maybe there's a problem that is going to happen in the future, there's something that the higher self, God, knows that this is going to, and there's a prompting that they will give you, and for you to move away from there, or change one or two things you are doing, so that to avert any bad situation. So what we are saying now is that no matter the thought of evil, of negative thing that happening, you can change it. You can change it, and it's possible because you are God. So, but if you have any question regarding what we are discussing, please drop a comment. His Highness is there to answer. See us on YouTube, on Facebook. Are we on Instagram yet? You are not yet on Instagram. On Twitter? X? No. Not yet. Okay, we'll soon get there soon. So, whatever it is, please have somebody to either discuss with or take a walk, do something. And you will see that more life will be added to your life. Okay? So until we see next time, until you see us again, keep winning and keep shining. Cheers.